Today we're going over my entire Air Jordan 2 collection. We'll be going over some limited shoes, some PEs, and obviously the classics. This is my first time ever showing my Air Jordan 2 collection, so I'm excited to see where it's at now and where it's going to be a year from now. Because this year I do plan on adding some pairs that I've gotten rid of and pairs that I had never owned before. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and get started with the first shoe, and that is the Air Jordan 2-3. Now this pair in particular is a part of my daily rotation of rockers. All white and black, you can never go wrong. I had to put this in the video because it's literally a 2 with a 3 bottom, so it makes sense. I'm probably gonna end up putting it in my 3s video as well, but this counts in that sense. Now I actually had the opportunity to kind of debut this sneaker to the world and then also be a part of the campaign when they decided to promote it with Jordan Brand. So I ended up getting this promo sample pair right here. Very clean and neutral and honestly pretty comfortable, so I rock these often. And that brings me into my second pair of 2-3s, which is another promo sample as well. And if I open up the paper right here, you got the all over white paper with the 23, and then you got the shoe. Oh, you got the shoe. So this pair I also do rock, but I don't wear them as often simply because they're just not as neutral as the other ones. So I like to pull these out every now and then, try to keep them clean. Again, I know they're not super exclusive or anything like that, but again, being a part of the campaign and rocking these in the photo shoot and all those different elements to the memories and the stories behind having this shoe, these are definitely just two fun sneakers to keep in my collection, and then obviously goes in my Air Jordan 2 category. Now moving on from that, we're gonna go into the low top 2s first, and then we'll get into the high top 2s second. So first up for the low tops, I used to have both of these for a really long time, and I actually just got rid of the black pair like some months ago. It wasn't even that long ago, but I got both of these when they came out. Well, I got the black pair when they came out and then the white pair a little bit after the release. The Chicago off-white Air Jordan 2 low. Very beautiful shoe. This one in particular I have not worn yet. I've seen the prices going down a little bit more, so I want to kind of get in and find a used pair. That way I can rock those, because when it comes to the off-white stuff, it's always fun having different ones for a display, having a nice clean pair and then another rocker, because I could see myself exchanging kind of this pair for that 2-3, and they're very, very similar obviously with the color blocking and everything. So because of that, I would like to have a rocker of these that I can rock on a daily alongside with my white and black 2-3 as well. Now I'm not sure if I've done a full review on this pair on my channel before. I think I got these and I kind of just like went about my day and kept just making more videos on other stuff. I get very busy, so it's hard for me to review every single shoe on the channel. That's why I love doing these videos. So if you guys don't know, I have an Air Jordan 1 video where every single year for like the past like 5 years since I kind of like started doing this stuff, I do an updated collection video that grew from it was like about 30 pairs to just over 100 pairs now. So this one, we'll see how far we go. It is the Jordan 2 and I'm a lot more selective and there's not as many options, so we'll kind of see where we get. But so far, again, all these shoes in my collection are ones that have been refined over the years, and I've gotten down to these ones, and now I'm kind of like, maybe I want to get in the growth phase again and get some stuff back and things like that. So off-white Chicago Air Jordan 2 low, a very beautiful shoe. Now let's take it to the next low top, and that is the Derek Anderson Air Jordan 2 low PE. You got your loyal one right here stitched on the side of the ankle. I've had these for so long. What is the year that these were produced? 2004. This shoe is about 20 years old, so it's still holding on. Because I've rocked these so much over the years, they're still wearable, which is a beautiful thing, because especially with the Jordan 2s, as they get older, and you guys will see some of my other pairs are like falling apart and stuff, which we'll get into in a bit, but just to be able to still rock this PE is always fun. I don't wear them too often because I don't want them to fall apart, but I definitely still wear them enough to keep them from falling apart, if that makes any sense. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ and this is the DNA show. There are other options when it comes to the Jordan 2 lows and stuff that I've owned over the years. I had a Knicks Jordan 2 low. I think that was like Q Rich or something like that. I'm trying to remember who that was. And then there's another one that I always wanted to get, but I've just never like wanted to pay the price because it didn't make sense in the value and everything, and that's the Bibby 2 low in the black and purple colorway. That one in particular, I really want to add those to the collection. If I get a dead stock pair, they're not going to be wearable. If I get a used pair, they're probably cooked by now, and either way, people are probably taxing, knowing damn well they're probably just going to crumble. So that's why I'm like, I'm on the fence when it comes to Jordan 2s just based off of the materials that they're made out of. But like I said, I do plan on reaching in the past and grabbing some things from back in the day that I may or may not have had. Speaking of that, let's go over a list of some shoes that I had back in the day that I decided to get rid of over the years. And I'll kind of explain my mindset behind that as well. Because again, this is the first establishing video of my Jordan 2 collection for you guys to see. Giving you guys an update of kind of like where my mindset was and how I got to these pairs and why I decided to get rid of pairs that I had and which ones I did have back then and how long I had them and rocked them and different things like that. Started with the Jordan New Retro 2. I feel like that was the one in particular that really caught me back in the day when it first dropped. Early 2000s, I was, you know, middle school, grade school time, and seeing that pair, I don't know, it was just so unique, so different. So when I got to high school, I ended up purchasing the white and red colorway and then also the black and chrome colorway. And then we had the black and chrome colorway that also released that I do have in the collection, which we'll get into in a second, which we need to retro. We'll talk about that in a bit. So I had those for a while and then, you know, got through high school, a different time like that. By the time I got to college, obviously was transitioning to then and deciding what I wanted to do with my collection. I was getting rid of things. I held it for a bit throughout college as well. And then I decided to get rid of them closer to the end of or middle time of me being in college. And then also during this time in high school, there was a ton of stuff releasing. So you had the Eminem 2s that came out. I vividly remember trying to get online to purchase those. I was camping out for a different release at the time, but it was just fun trying to get the shoe. That's a sneaker that I have actually personally never owned before in my collection. I just can't justify the prices based off of the materials. Again, the suede starts to crack, the midsoles start to crumble. There's a lot of different reasoning as to why I'm just like, I don't know. And then back in the day, like, shoes being that expensive, it was like, bro, you know what I'm saying, I can't just buy everything. Like, I had to be selective at the same time. So for those ones I missed out on, and then I kind of just was like, let it fall to the wayside. Next thing you know, it just became a thing where I was like, oh, I don't own these, I never had these before. So that's definitely a sneaker that I do want to add. But during that time, you had the anniversary 2s, the white and silver 3M ones, and you had the university blue and the candy pack. I had all of that stuff when it was coming out, and the CDP pack, and you name it. There was a lot of great stuff that was releasing during this time that was a little bit different than those classics and those OGs that we would have back in the day. So for me, it was a fun time to collect, fun time rocking all those shoes. But by the time I got to college, I was like, okay, I know which ones I like, I know which ones I don't like, and I'm gonna stick to those ones. So I got rid of a lot of stuff just to get new stuff in my collection. And one other shoe that, oh my gosh, actually two shoes. During this time, it was the early 2000s they released, but by the time I was in high school, they were still rockable and everything. The Chicago 2 and the Mellow 2. Not those new retros one. I'm talking about the good retros with the good materials and the, you know what I'm saying? Like that era, great times. Having those back then was just so fun. And the crazy thing was my foot had grown so much, and I get a 12 or a 13, I wasn't sure, and then sometimes it didn't fit. So I had the Mellow 2s, and then I kind of grew out of them and I got rid of them, and I was like, oh, I'll get them back. And then I did it, and then the retro came out, and I was like, these retros are trash compared to the original release. Like, I don't want these. I kind of wanted to go after it, but I was being bougie at the same time, if that makes any sense, just because I was like, these aren't as good as those, and I'm not paying this resale price because I would rather have these old ones. But now I'm seeing, you know, that was during, you know, whenever those came out. Now in current time, I'm like, bruh, I need the Mellow 2s. I gotta get a pair for the collection. So I think I'm gonna be on the hunt for those this year as well. And I got a couple other shoes that are on my hit list, or sneakers that I had the memories from the past. So we'll get into those in a second, but let's go over some more high top 2s. So we'll start off hot with this one, the Just Don Air Jordan 2. You got that blueberry boy, and these things go crazy. Now, if you guys saw on my Instagram, my TikTok, maybe here on YouTube as well, I think I might have posted it. Either way, I'm sure the videos are somewhere on the screen. I ended up getting these from the thrift store, and then they went on sale, so I waited, so I got them for even more of a discount. I spent like 150 bucks for the shoe. Then I ended up wearing them to Complex Con like a few weeks later, a month later or something like that. So these are fairly new in the collection, months old, you know, let's say 4 or 5 months, something, 4 months, something like that. And I just always wanted this shoe from back in the day, just didn't want to pay the price, and because it was a 2, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their thing about the 2s. It's not like I don't like the 2s, but I'm also like, I could be patient and I could find the one I want. And sometimes they just clock out because of the midsoles start to fall apart and things. I'm sure a lot of you guys had saw the story about these, but we had to mention this one first just because this is one of the most relevant conversations when it comes to Jordan 2s in my collection. Today's partner is Sneaker Throne. They have multiple options when it comes to durable and high quality display cases. One of my personal favorites is the drop side display case. I'm a size 13 and I can easily fit my shoes inside of here, and I have hundreds of these stacked throughout my rooms to display my sneakers. When it comes to the cases in particular, you have 4 different color options: clear, black, white, and red. So if you're looking at grabbing one of these for yourself or for someone else, make sure you guys check out sneakerthrone.com, and don't forget to use the discount code DNA Show at checkout for 10% off for all your orders. Next up right here is the J Balvin Air Jordan 2. I really like this. They got the light up tongue. You guys saw I did a full review and comparison on the channel as well. I think they did a beautiful job on this shoe. And another thing is, again, these don't have a crazy value. You could still go out and kind of get these for whatever you want. The price is not too crazy. So I think that's a great thing for a lot of collectors that are just getting started, that want to get a dope, unique sneaker and something different in their collection, have a nice couple cool elements, collaboration. You could check a lot of boxes, still have a pair of Jordans in your collection. I think it hits a lot of just boxes for everybody. So for me, again, I'm looking forward to rocking these. I think this summer is probably when I'm going to decide to pull these out now. Give it a little bit of time, let them simmer down a little bit. I know a lot of people have the new hot, late, great, shiny thing that always comes out. I always like to stay maybe a year or 2 behind, sometimes even 3 or 5 years behind on a release, and then start pulling them out because people have even more of appreciation for the sneaker. And again, I'm not doing it for other people, but it's just fun to be a little bit different in a different time and era, and then pull something back and then create conversation and have, you know, memories, and everybody else have their own conversation with each other. So it's always fun being the person that can open that door for new conversations simply through sneakers. So I was talking about this one earlier, and I cannot get rid of these. I don't care if they're about to fall apart or not, or if they're not wearable anymore. Either way, these things are so beautiful, and I need them to retro so bad. Jordan brand, please retro these. You guys are tripping. This is like a classic, a grail. So many people, some people's favorite Jordan 2 of all time. I'm serious. The Air Jordan 2 Chrome, the black and chrome 2. If you know, you know. If you were in this era, in this time, you know what I'm talking about. Remember they retroed the black with the white and had the white bottom? I had those too. Those did not amount to these. That's all I'm saying. We had got those and it was like, oh yeah, it's cool, but they wasn't these type thing. We need this to retro exactly the same. I promise you, people will love it. The Chrome 2 is just a beautiful sneaker. Let me know down below in the comment section, did you guys have this shoe back in the day when they first came out, or did you get them shortly after, during that time in that era? Because remember, when these came out, just after that, you had what? Grape 5s, Fire Red 5s, Stealth 5s, Aqua 8s, Playoff 8s, all these different great classics coming out, hitting the streets as well shortly after that. So this is a great era of just a ton of good retros and different colorways that hadn't been seen yet and coming out to the market. And you had the Pure Moneys and the Black Cats and this, that, the others. Like, it was a really, really good time. So for me, when I see this shoe, every time I walk in my room, knowing damn well I can't wear them anymore because the sole is literally coming off right here in the back. It's cracked and it's separating. You can see the cracking right here. I don't know, I'll try to get you guys some detailed shots, but it just brings back so many memories for me. So I don't know what these worth, probably like 50 bucks or 100 bucks or something like that, but for me, these things are priceless. Okay, since we're speaking on the old days and reminiscing and good times and good era, we cannot forget to mention, like I talked about earlier, the CDP pack Air Jordan 2 retro. Now there was like a Chicago white version, Chicago white and black version, white red, whatever you want to call it. There was kind of 2 versions that were OG colorways from back in the day, and this is one of them right here. These came out in the CDP pack, and I vividly remember going to the camp out for every single CDP pack, not just the ones that was the hottest ones, like when the Carmine pack came out, or everybody was going crazy for the Hair 7s, or obviously everybody wanted the Black Cement 3s or the 11s and the 12s pack. But there are times when it was the 122 pack, you know what I'm saying? During that time when people didn't care about those and those wasn't selling out, but all the other ones was, there was packs like this that was hitting the streets that people was not rocking with, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But for me, again, I love these. I loved all the packs. It was great time. So to still have these in the collection in great condition, my CDP era, you guys know, back in 08, great times to be a collector. And not only being a collector, again, there was people that was weird and shady and shiesty and all them other things along the years. But during that time, the community, the support, the ability to get a pair of shoes and somebody look out for you, going up and hitting the homies like, bruh, I don't know if you want to get the higher number or not, but you're trying to split the pack together. Like, just all the different things that came along with being a sneakerhead then. It's just so fun, nostalgic, and I'm just praying that we can bring that vibe back. Like, yeah, hook your homies up, make sure they get some bread for their time and efforts of going to pick up a pair of shoes, but also don't, you know, charge your boy $500 extra just for to go grab him a pair and it's like $50 under market value. It's like, bruh, come on, let's hook each other up, let's take care of each other, let's continue to keep that energy around and everything like that. So that's all I'm saying. It was a great time, and you could get shoes for great deals. And again, like I said, PEs, stuff like this, like, these things were not as expensive as they are today. That's all I'm saying. Now, speaking of expensive, let's go down memory lane real quick again and talk about some shoes that I missed out on, some that I had, and that I still need to get back in my collection, or that I want to own for the first time. The one that I missed out on that I still don't own to this day, it was kind of hard to find a size 13, and everybody knew that, so because of it, the price got insane, and I was just like, bro, I cannot see myself spending $1,000 on this shoe, and that was the Ben 23 Air Jordan 2s. Beautiful sneaker. I have come across them multiple times over the years, but again, the price didn't make sense. The trade, you name it, it just didn't add up in my head. I think now I might consider biting the bullet, but also at the same time, I'm like, are they even wearable? That's the biggest question. So I have to make that decision with myself and see if I can find that. But this year, I think I will be on the hunt for the Ben 2s. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll be able to get a pair sooner than later. Now, speaking of a 2 that I don't plan on getting anytime soon, and probably will never get again, is the Deconstructed series. You guys remember during when they did the Deconstructed 2s, back when they hit the game, you had the burgundy pair, the black pair, the mint pair, the tan pair. I had the tan, the burgundy, and the black. I ended up wearing the burgundy once, the black once, and then I kept the tan new because I was scared to rock those ones just because of the material. And then over the years, I ended up getting rid of all 3 of them, and now no longer own any of the Deconstructed 2s. And I was like, man, maybe I should get a pair back. They're probably cheap now. But then I was like, I'm never gonna wear those again. I know why I got rid of those. I'd rather take the money and go buy a house like I did and not buy them back now, even though I could, and just focus on other priorities. Okay, next up right here on the list, we have the Air Jordan 2 A Ma Maniere. Now this one, I wore black pants and it rubbed on the top end, so it made it dirty right here, or black, or dyed it basically. But it's okay because I typically wear like baggy sweats, baggy pants, whatever that's like over this shoe. I don't know, I feel like I've always worn this shoe like in the fall time over the past couple years. So this shoe is just amazing. They feel great. I love them. The materials are A1. I think they did a great job on this collaboration. Would I like to get a second pair that doesn't have the dyed collar? Maybe, yes, but at the same time, again, I've been rocking these with pants over them and you don't even notice it. People haven't said nothing but compliments. They can't even tell. So at this point, I'm like, I think I'm gonna just continue to rock with this pair and keep rocking these. But I think, again, another great collaboration, affordable, you name it, checks a ton of boxes. If you guys have these in your collection, let me know down below in the comment section. If you guys are enjoying the video and made it this far, please hit the like button. Help me get to over 1,000 likes on the video. And if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure you guys do. We're getting very close to 400,000 subscribers. And we're gonna have a big giveaway for that as well. So stay tuned for that. Now, next up, we got 3 more shoes to finish this video off. And that is the New Era Chicago Air Jordan 2. They said this is gonna be closest to the OG, the style, they did the box, everything like that, and I was like, sign me up. I actually ended up getting 2 pairs of these. I had them both when they first came out, and then I sat on them for a while, and then recently, I would say last year, I think early 2024, I decided to get rid of one of my pairs. I think it was a trade or something like that that I had did. Just because I was like, you know what, these aren't too expensive, I can get another pair back. This one I plan on kind of holding just for like display kind of purposes and collecting with my set of Jordan 20, you know, 1 through 23 and everything, and having the classics. And then probably like come across a used pair down the line and say, oh, let me grab those real quick, might be able to get them for 80, 100 bucks, something like that. But again, like I was talking about earlier, as you can see, 2 very similar shoes, but very, very different at the same time. Classic OG colorways, nostalgic, you name it, you can never go wrong with either one of these. And I had to make sure I added these to my collection when they came out. Now, next up right here, this one took me a while. I think I ended up making a review video or something, a story time video about how I got these, but that was like 4 years ago or something like that. The Air Jordan 2 Doernbecher. Took me a while to get the shoe, but I finally got them. I had been on the hunt, again, trying to find the right deal, the right price, you name it, and finally got them. I keep saying finally got them because I'm still so happy that I finally got this shoe. I've worn these a couple times, try to clean them up and keep them right. The back end is starting to get a little tacky. So on Jordan 2s in particular, if you guys don't know, over time as they age, this back end of the shoe, it starts, the plastic material that you feel back there, it is a sticky kind of feeling that it'll get to it, similar to the Jordan 17s, but a little bit different. And then over time, it'll kind of dry up. My Derek Andersons, they look the same way. It'll kind of get sticky and dull and kind of like dry looking, more of a matted color feel to it, or a color kind of look to it. And then I have that kind of feel with like a little tack. If you push on it, you can kind of see your fingerprint still into the shoe. So this is something that happens with the sneakers over time. And again, why you got to be leery about Jordan 2s in particular and make sure that you wear them, because unlike Jordan 1s, like you can let those go for a lot longer and still be able to rock them. Jordan 2s, they need to be worn. Obviously, wear all your shoes. I get it. Everybody in the warriors in the comment section, wear your shoes. I know, I get that, but at the same time, you need to really be aware of it when it comes to Jordan 2s in particular. Now, last but not least, we're gonna take it to the final boss of the Jordan 2 collection. And like I was talking about earlier, wearable. Yeah, these things are not wearable. We have to be very, very careful with this shoe. Let's go back to some OGs and some first retro days, way back. Okay, so for this one right here, as you guys can see, we have to be very, very careful and delicate with this shoe, just because you can see if I barely even do anything, it's just cracked and crumbling all throughout the midsole area, just barely even touching it. So I'm gonna try to show you guys the shoe inside of here. But basically, this is the 1994 Air Jordan 2, the Chicago colorway. The leather and the materials is extremely insanely nice on this shoe. I think I'm actually gonna consider, which I'm not sure if I want to do or not, do a midsole swap, just because the material, the leather just looks great on this shoe over all these years. Now, I had these and I got them and they were wearable when I got them. I got these back in like 2000 and I want to say 8 or 2009. It was something like that. It might have been, yeah, I think it was like 2008 or 2009. Either way, I got these off of Soul Collector ISS back in the day off the forums, and this dude had them for sale. They were like super old, and he was like, he's not sure if they're wearable. And I tried them out, and they actually ended up being wearable. But then they started to crack on me, like literally like after a couple wears. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna wear these anymore, just gonna sit them on ice. But I actually got these for like, I can't remember, don't get me wrong, but it was either $20 or $30. It was something really cheap. I can't remember if it was 20 or 30 bucks, like after shipping and everything. I think I might have spent like 35 bucks or something like that. But again, beautiful sneaker. Just look at the materials on here. These things are insanely clean. So yes, this is my Air Jordan 2 Grail that might be worthless, might be worth a lot. I have no clue or don't care, because this was one of my favorite Jordan 2 pickups of all times over the years, and something just always been fun to just look at and touch and share just this history, especially seeing the off-white Jordan 2 and how they went about creating this part of the shoe, and then having this version right here. Obviously this isn't the original, but at the same time, just seeing that over the years and them taking inspiration from this and putting it onto the off-white. So for me, again, I just love these. So that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the collection. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section on which pair is your favorite. How would you rank them? Do you like any of them? Do you see any that I'm missing? Anything like that? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And again, I know my shoes and I know which ones I like. I'm not here to collect everything to make everybody happy for the internet. I'm here to get the stuff that I like and want for my collection. Now, a couple shoes that I am missing, again, like I talked about earlier, I didn't mention, was the Wings Air Jordan 2s. I really want to get those. I was slacking. I don't know why. I was being lazy when they came out, and now I'm like, bro, I need to get those. So I think that's probably gonna be one I add to my collection this year. And then the Mellow 2s, I think those are high priority on the list for 2025. So don't be surprised in 2026 in February when I make a new updated video on the collection if you see those in my collection. So I'll see you guys in another one. I appreciate you as always. If you want to see more videos like this, again, subscribe to the channel, and I'll have an Air Jordan 3 video coming out next month. And every month of the year, I'm gonna make sure that I do a different number for you guys for my collection, and hopefully we can get through everything, and then also make updated videos each year from that video. so we can stay updated and kind of give you guys a glimpse at most of the collection, because it's hard to get through everything. So hopefully this is a little bit more helpful. All right, you guys, I'm out.
I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like